on, we say it's a learning environment for innovations in outside space. And that has three elements. Firstly, it's a learning environment, so we're closely connected to all kinds of education, not only through us, but also universities, MBO and HBO, universal, but also middle school programs. Innovations are aimed at greening the city and innovative functions in the city. And greening could be about climate adaptation, could be about biodiversity, and could also have a social impact, of course. We're aiming at physical elements and most likely at policy, because there's a lot of policy going on that says we have to be, for instance, climate adaptive, and there's also a lot of policy that makes it harder to get the physical elements for climate adaptation into the city. Interesting for you to know is that it's really a temporary program right now. It's subsidized project until December 2026. And
Living Lab is this.
Learning environment for innovations in outside space. And the learning environment also because of the collaboration with educational programs. Innovations, of course, and outside spaces because it's really urban-based and urban-aimed. These were possibilities, and it's getting more concrete. For instance, about temporary trees. Getting trees into the city is pretty hard because the roots have nowhere to go. The tree is not the problem; it's the roots. You have all the infrastructure underneath, and there's actually no more space left. It's also about recreation on the water and around the water. It's also about meeting and working outside. What do you have to do to get people to meet outside, right? Innovation could help that, and we can experiment and test. What do we need to do? Functions are also something that's really important here right now. We have a lot of monofunctional places in the city and elements in the city, like a bicycle stand or transformation houses for electricity. They have one function only, and we have too little space in the city. If you could stack functions on top of each other, it would help us with the space problem.
Using Living Lab as a learning space, and we are using these spaces here as living, how should I say, classroom. We are going to change mindset of these guys because it's the most important of the whole system, maybe.
Yeah.
We are providing the space. Okay, come here, do something, and have some ideas, like co-creation.
Yeah.
That co-creation is really important in these projects. The whole concept of Living Lab is try and error.
Yeah.
Pretty much,
You know, yeah. We are going to try that. If it works, okay, scale it up, and the next step. If it doesn't work, okay, go ahead, another idea, try that. Yeah, this trial process is, it's actually flow here.
And innovations are scary. It's something new, it's a change, and nobody wants risk. Nobody wants discomfort, and that's something that you get with an innovation. You get a lot of value also with it, but you always get those negative elements, and people tend to avoid those negative elements. So perceiving that something is possible, really, that mindset or change, but let's say it's a mindset, is really important. John Dewey College is a middle school, and they had a nature working day with all their students, or at least first year students. And for us, this project was the kickoff for the Fence to Hatch, our project that we do in collaboration with some other organizations, from the thought we have a lot of fences in The Hague and the whole region. Couldn't those be hedges? Why are they fences anyway? The goal of our Living Lab is to find out what works and scale that up to the city and the region. In Binckhaven, and he made these signs from reclaimed wood and helping us out in some way or another. So this is what we did with of course, this is just too low key. You can't do this in a large scale in the city. That doesn't work. Something from the network, people came to me and said, well, you're doing this Living Lab and you would really be a great client for the UXD students. In collaboration, we worked on a really valuable challenge for these students. How you see this whole area, Binkhorst, which is developing over a decade or more even. 10 years ago, this was a really interesting area. It used to be an industrial area, and it was going to be changed to a living area with much more houses. So this is where I challenged the students, and I said all these people are right now coming to live here. They have nothing to be proud of. It's not this rough area where it's kind of an adventure, and it's not this really livable area yet. Can you make something to show these people that are living here and invite their friends, etc., and family, what it's going to be, so that they have something to be proud of? Right now they have their first model, presented it a few weeks ago, and next Monday they come with the second one. I'm really interested because they're putting some more digital elements on it.
Since you told about and the whole concept of that is kind of making relationship or gathering these nodes and actors all together, there could be lots of those actors around us that we didn't know. Can introduce them to us, maybe with the same interest, with the same field, with the same aim actually.
Organizations in our network that is helping us out because you are expert on living labs. We should look out for, etc. I have all these theory and just practical things, and we're soaking it up. Talking to Helene, she's telling me, you should look out for this, or have this into the back of your mind, and I can connect you to that person or this organization because it's really valuable. So this is how Ino is helping us right now, and she was also talking about some startup kit. I'm calling it a startup kit for new living labs. I think that would really be valuable because you're always kind of inventing how you should do this.